office. What do you hope to accomplish, and what will make you a good legislator?
Thank you very much. My apologies for being late, and if nobody mentioned it to you yet, Representative Brian Dreyer would have liked to be here tonight, but he had to work at the Guards tonight, so he couldn't make it. He's part of the Army National Guard. I'm currently your representative in District 32. I'm serving you today, and I want to go back. I enjoyed my first term. I have some good things that I had a chance to work on, like renewable energy, increasing funding for education, working on renewable fuels like the biodiesel, continuing our efforts toward ethanol, soybean production, soybean use for biodiesel. And three-part question, you say, well, what will make me a good legislator? Well, having worked on those things, I want to continue working on those things because we had a lot of success so far with that in the legislature, and I want to keep doing it. Some of the other things that I was able to work on was promoting economic development in South Dakota and keeping South Dakota a business-friendly place. And as far as energy goes, we've got some exciting things happening in the state right now. We've got the Hyperion project, we've got Big Stone 2, we have a new power plant coming in up by Selby. We have a beef processing plant being built by Aberdeen. That doesn't have to do with renewable energy, but that's part of economic development. But we're also expanding wind power, and last year in the legislature we were able to pass tax incentives to promote additional wind energy for South Dakota and for the rest of the country. So that's me in a nutshell. That's why I want to go back, and I think I've done a pretty good job so far, and I hope I have your support for this time around. My girls were in soccer tonight. I'm their coach, and no one else would do it, so I had to be there. It was picture day, and they played awesome. I mean, they were passing the ball. They were playing as a team. They were scoring goals. I think they ended up winning like 7-2. So good for them, and hopefully afterwards I get a chance to meet all of you a little bit more. So, thank you. It's failed. And they tried the nickel drink tax, and that didn't make it. And they tried the dime a drink tax, and I asked somebody who was part of that, well, why did you go to a dime if the nickel didn't make it? He goes, well, we tried a nickel and it didn't work, so we thought we'd try a dime.
Double down.
You know, the counties do get some revenue from other sources. You could possibly look at, see if there would be any support for increasing your percentage of the bank franchise tax. Now, the banking system's not going to be in support of that, of course, but maybe thinking outside the box that way is something you could look at. You know, it's interesting in the legislature, 95% of the people who lobbied me were asking for a bigger piece of the pie. In South Dakota, sales tax revenues, contractors, excise tax, insurance company tax, the bank franchise tax, other taxes we receive, that is only so big. And it grows every year because sales tax revenues are growing. They've gone up substantially from 06 to present. And the more you take for one thing, the less you're going to have to give to somebody else, potentially. And that becomes a pretty big fight. So you always have to be cognizant of that. You give somebody a little bit more, you got to give somebody a little bit less. And there's other good programs out there. There's health care, for example. There's education. There's the court system. So there's lots of good things out there. Thanks. It's been nice to be here. Hopefully Bethany will pass on her great deal on the hybrid vehicle, so we can all get that same great deal. Hopefully if it's battery operated, it won't break down. I've heard those cost between $10,000 and $12,000 to replace, and that comes from the dealer. You know, I was happy to be here today, and I think you guys had some great questions, some great issues. You can see there's a lot to work on. We have a lot of great things going on in the state. We haven't had a recession. We haven't had a downturn in the economy despite tougher times nationwide. We're going to keep it up. And with your Republican-controlled legislature, we're going to keep that going. So thank you. And again, I hope I get the chance to talk to some more of you folks afterwards. Thanks.